Everybody, I'm Ukulele Jay, and today I'm here to do a review on the tiny tenor ukulele. The idea was to get a 17-inch tenor scale ukulele down to a concert size, so it was great for travel, yet it had to have the sound quality and the sound projection of a tenor ukulele. This is the tiny tenor. Some of you may have seen this in the last couple months. I believe it's been out at music stores, and the instrument is handmade. It is all solid wood. There is no laminate in this instrument, and it's made in Vietnam. Many of you know that China has produced ukuleles for many years. Many of the brand names that you see in the store, especially a lot of retail stores, come from China. But Vietnam seems to be a place that I'm hearing a lot more about. I met a builder maybe almost a year and a half, 2 years ago now, and another one last year, and they're having their ukuleles made out of Vietnam. This is also handmade, which is interesting that it is a handmade production instrument. There are no CNC machines used at all, I was assured. It is in fact all hand cut, hand put together, which I think does provide a nice quality to an instrument in this price range, which I believe is around $500 list price. So I would think you could find it for less than that. But I think for that price range, this ukulele is definitely something to take a look at, especially if you're moving up into something beyond your first or maybe your second instrument and are looking for something of a little bit of a higher quality instrument, but not getting into custom price ranges. This design, what's interesting is that the concept that was discussed with me on why they had the instrument look like this and build it this way. Well, first of all, it has reverse fan bracing, and there is bracing on the top of this instrument. There are, I believe, 3 braces, and there are 3 braces on the back of the instrument. And Pepe Romero, of course, being the master guitar luthier that he is, and the long lineage of his family, really knows how to build an instrument. And rather than what you see on some guitar luthiers building instruments that are mini guitars, they're braced in a way that they shouldn't be. The wood thicknesses are too thick. A lot of things that we've seen over the years are really being refined now by some of these luthiers, and they're coming out with wonderful instruments. This instrument is not mahogany because this is one of the prototype instruments that was produced, which really exciting to get a prototype in my hands. It's really the first prototype ukulele I've ever seen, but it's basically the finished product, and now they have it in all mahogany, mahogany neck, or an all koa. The all mahogany has the spruce top, and the all koa is all koa. It is koa from Hawaii, which is very nice. It is not the Asia koa. I specifically asked that because a lot of these places say it's koa. Everybody wants to know where the origin is, and I was assured this is wood that's brought in from Hawaii, which is fantastic. It has an all bone nut and a bone saddle. It has a through the string design, which please don't get intimidated by that. Some people really think that it's going to be very hard to change strings, and they steer away from a through the body design. I have several now that are through the body, and I think they're really easy to change. So by all means, don't ever give that a second thought. And the rosette is all abalone, very nicely done. The spruce is actually, it's a really nice cut of spruce on this one, and very attractive, very elegant looking, no bling factor. It has an ebony heel cap. The neck where it joins the body is just really super tight, clean. You don't see any lines at all. It's amazing. This instrument is only in gloss finish, and that was something I asked. They do not have a satin model available right now, but it is only gloss. Nice fretboard, rosewood fretboard, and really nice ebony headstock. You've got on the back Grover tuners. The tuners will not say Grover, but in fact they are manufactured by Grover and provided to Pepe Romero for his ukuleles. The other thing I like that's really nice is these are real ebony buttons. So real wood, no plastic. And I really like the fact they put as much of the natural product into the instrument as possible, including the ebony buttons. A really nice touch. I do believe that you can custom order an instrument such as this, which would be obviously your specifications, and there will be peg head tuners that are used, which give it even a slimmer profile. But on the production instruments, this is the tuner that you get on this instrument. The strings on this are labella strings. They are really drive this instrument, and again, because of the shape of this, I think there's some magic into this shape, and it goes back to luthiers in way back in the 30s, 40s, I think, figured this out. A buddy of mine has a vintage Favila teardrop, and I know when he watches this video, he's going to get a big smile on his face, because he knows it's the best, to me, it's the best sounding instrument that I've played of his in his collection. It's certainly not the rarest, but the sound on it is just amazing, and he'll agree with me. It's one of the best sounding ukes he has, and his is a teardrop. So it's very similar to this. The top's a little more rounded, and then the bottom is a little more rounded than this, which is, it's not perfectly square, but this one kind of, flattens out a little bit. And I know another luthier who's making a similar style to this as well here in Northern California, and I think because the fact the entire top is able to vibrate and move without a waste, with the waste and the wood that's used up on top, you really don't get a lot of sound out of there at all. So you have a center sound hole placement, you have a top that's not really moving a lot, and you've got this bottom, so you get the sound from here. With this ukulele and this design, you have the entire top that's moving. And all the parts that are moving are allowed to move without interruption, and the sound hole has been placed purposely in the area that allows the sound to evacuate from the instrument and really project. And this thing is a sound monster. It's loud, and it doesn't have to be played loud, but if you want something that can have some volume and you're with a group of people, you're doing a kanakapila, or you're just jamming with some other people, you'll be able to hold your own sound-wise, because you can definitely hear this thing. And when you look at something like this, the real attraction is the fact that you have the tenor scale, full 17-inch scale, in a concert length. So you can take it on an airplane, under seats, if you're traveling and you're concerned about size, which really isn't an issue with tenor ukuleles. I've traveled all over, out of the United States. Nobody's ever hassled me with my tenor case, my hard shell case. But this is nice just because it's less weight, less girth, less dimension, and something that would be really nice to take around, I think, with me when I travel. Again, the price range, I think, is really good for what you're getting out of this instrument. So without further ado, I'm going to do a little sound sample here on the all solid wood ukulele, the tiny tenor from Pepe Romero. I'm going to play soft, and I'm going to get louder, and you'll hear the variation. And I'll also have some digital sound samples that are placed up on my SoundCloud account for you to listen to with my digital recorder. Check it out. Hope you like it.